everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nuraina Aisyah binti Maksain. I am from class BE 2554A. So, I will present it about my proposal title, which is the cost of efficiency of funding deficit in Waqf Management. So, before I started with my presentation, I will show you the short video about how the cost efficiency rules in Waqf.
Why does looking financially perfect on paper actually destroy a charity? It's a trap called the cost of efficiency. Think of Waqf, an Islamic endowment. A century ago, a villager endows a thriving farm to feed the poor forever. Today, that farm is managed by a modern institution. They own this incredibly valuable land, but lack the liquid cash to maintain it. Here's the trap. Regulators demand high technical efficiency scores. This score is just outputs divided by inputs. But with cash donations dropping, how do managers keep their score high? Without new money coming in, they artificially balance the math by slashing inputs. They cancel property maintenance, fire marketing staff, and halt human resources. The spreadsheet looks perfectly efficient, keeping regulators happy. But outside, the physical Waqf land becomes overgrown and loses its rental value. And that original farm meant to feed the poor? It sits completely abandoned, sacrificed to pass a spreadsheet audit. Multiply that decay across the system, millions in prime real estate left permanently undeveloped, all to keep a fake score high.
So, based on the short video that I showed to all of you, Waqf plays a crucial role in supporting social welfare, especially within Muslim communities. However, many Waqf assets today are underutilized due to financial and management challenges. So, this presentation will highlight the key issues, objective, research methodology, and findings of my study. So, Waqf refers to an Islamic endowment where assets are dedicated for charitable or religious purposes. Ideally, Waqf assets such as land and buildings should generate continuous benefit for society. However, in reality, many of these assets remain idle or poorly maintained. So, the main reason behind this issue is the lack of sufficient funding, both operational and capital. As stated in my proposal, many Waqf properties fail to reach their potential due to weak financial management and inefficiencies. This situation leads to a gap between the intended purpose of Waqf and its actual performance. The core problem identified in this study is the underutilization of Waqf assets. Many potentially productive Waqf land and properties are idle, poorly maintained, and financially unproductive. This happened mainly due to insufficient funding and weak management system. The main aim of this research is to analyze the causes of funding insufficiency in Waqf management and propose strategy for improvement. There are two achieved about the objective were identified. Number 1, to determine how public trust and transparency affect donation and investment in Waqf assets. Number 2, to identify the main factors that turn potentially profitable Waqf assets into financial burdens. The research questions in this study focus on understanding the main issue behind funding problem in Waqf management. The first question looked at how lack of public trust and transparency affect people's willingness to contribute or invest in Waqf assets. This is important because without trust, people may hesitate to donate, which leads to insufficient funds. The second question focuses on identifying the main barriers that cause Waqf assets, which are supposed to be profitable, to become a financial burden instead. This barrier may include poor management, legal issues, and lack of proper development. Next, let's move on to the research methodology. This research used a mixed method approach combining both, which is quantitative and qualitative methods. The methodology includes quantitative analysis using secondary data such as financial reports and audit records. For the qualitative research, which is through interviews and observations, this approach allows a more comprehensive understanding of both financial data and real-world challenges in Waqf management. The study identifies several key factors contributing to funding deficit. Number 1, lack of public trust. People are less willing to contribute where there is low transparency in fund management. Number 2, weak financial management. Poor planning and inefficient allocating of resources lead to the financial losses. Number 3, legal and administrative issue. Complex registration processes and unclear ownership reduce development opportunities. Number 4, underutilization of assets. Many Waqf properties remain idle instead of being developed into income-generating assets. Based on the findings, this study suggests several improvements. Improve transparency and accountability to rebuild public trust, adopt a more commercial and proactive management strategy, enhance governance and monetary system, and then develop Waqf assets into income-generating projects. So all of these steps are essential to ensure a long-term sustainability of Waqf management. In conclusion, this study highlights the need to shift from a passive welfare based on approach to a more active and commercially viable model in Waqf management. By addressing issues such as funding insufficiency, lack of trust, poor management, we can unlock the full potential of Waqf assets and maximize their socio-economic benefits. That's all from me. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.